Good morning, students. Welcome back to history class. In the history, expansion of British rule in India. In this chapter, we had learnt the information about Anglo-Mysore War, Carnatic Wars, Battle of Plassey, Battle of Buxar, and also there, along with this, the new policies introduced by the British. Yes. Which were the new policies introduced by the British? Yes. In the previous class, you have learnt about the subsidiary alliance. The subsidiary alliance, the doctrine of lapse, and revenue policies. You have learnt about subsidiary alliance, which was introduced by Lord Wellesley, and he gave importance to integrate Indian states in with the British Empire in order to bring Indian kings under the control. That was the aim of subsidiary alliance. After the subsidiary alliance, the doctrine of lapse. It was the policies. Almost all that number of Indian states came under the control of British because due to doctrine of lapse policies. Dalhousie arrived in India as a Governor General in 1848. When he came to India in the year 1848, he gave importance to expand British Empire in India. Mainly, what is the main aim of doctrine of lapse? The main aim of doctrine of lapse: integrate princely states with the British Empire. Remember, that is to integrate princely states with the British Empire was the main aim of doctrine of lapse, which was introduced by Dalhousie when arrived India as a Governor General in the year 1848. That's one condition. Then what is doctrine of lapse? According to these policies, Indian kings died childless. Indian ruler died childless. Their adopted children had no legal rights to over the throne. That was doctrine of lapse. By these policies, a number of kingdoms, number of Indian territories, empires came under the control of Britishers. So mainly, British wanted to gain control over the native rulers. They wanted to capture Indian territories, so they followed the policy of subsidiary alliance and doctrine of lapse. Mainly, doctrine of lapse. Students, listen carefully. So what is doctrine of lapse? The question is, what was aim of doctrine of lapse? Who introduced it? Let's come to the main point. Who introduced doctrine of lapse? Dalhousie arrived India as a Governor General in 1848. Who introduced it? Dalhousie. Yes. He arrived India in the year 1848. Dalhousie arrived India as a Governor General in the year 1848. So he introduced that new policies. He implemented new policies, that was doctrine of lapse. Why he introduced doctrine of lapse? Question mark. All the Governor Generals, a number of British officers came to India. They became a Governor of Bengal, later Governor General of India. The first Governor General of India was Warren Hastings. Later, in the year 1848, the Governor General of India was Dalhousie. Introduced doctrine of lapse. Why introduced doctrine of lapse? Yes, mainly he introduced doctrine of lapse, remember, to integrate Indian princely states. Yes, remember. To integrate Indian princely states with the British Empire. Yes, it was the goal of, aim of British in India. Why did Dalhousie introduce doctrine of lapse? Dalhousie introduced doctrine of lapse to integrate Indian princely states with British Empire was the goal, aim of Dalhousie. He wanted to expand his empire over the Indians. He wanted to expand his empire over that princely states. That's what Dalhousie introduced the doctrine of lapse. Then what is doctrine of lapse? According to doctrine of lapse, native rulers had no rights to adopt the son. That's what number of princely states, number of emperors, kings, they were not happy. Remember, so the meaning of doctrine of lapse. So what is the meaning of doctrine of lapse? So according to that, any Indian ruler died childless. Any Indian ruler died childless. Yes. So what is doctrine of lapse? According to that, doctrine of lapse, any Indian ruler died childless is adopted children. Adopted children had no legal rights, right to over the throne. So it was the doctrine of lapse. Question: what is doctrine of lapse? 1 point. Next one, what was aim of doctrine of lapse? The main aim of doctrine of lapse, to integrate Indian princely states with British Empire. That was the aim of doctrine of lapse. Remember, dear students, and also that the meaning of doctrine of lapse. What is the meaning of doctrine of lapse? The meaning of doctrine of lapse: Indian king, any Indian ruler died childless. Remember that. Any Indian ruler died childless, his adopted children had no legal rights to over the throne. That was doctrine of lapse. These policies, a number of Indian kingdoms came under the control of Britishers. Such states came under the control of Britishers. So which were that? Indian kingdoms came under the control of Britishers as per the doctrine of lapse policies. Remember, mainly the first Indian kingdom came under the control of British as per the doctrine of lapse. Last class you have learnt about which was that, or who was the first Indian king accepted subsidiary alliance. Yes, Nizam of Hyderabad was the first king accepted subsidiary alliance. They came under the control of Britishers. Same way. So which was the first kingdom came under the control of British as per that doctrine of lapse. According to the doctrine of lapse, the first kingdom came under the control of British. It was Satara. Remember. And you have learnt in that the first war, this topic, the information, the first war of Indian independence. Satara was the kingdom. The king of Satara, Bonesley, he had no natural hair. H-E-I-R. Okay, no? He had no natural heir. That's what British wanted to. British were not allowed to adopt the son to king of Satara. Because he had no one son. King of Satara, he had no one son. So he wanted to adopt that. But British, they were not allowed that king of Satara to adopt the son. That's what doctrine of lapse. Don't know. Indian ruler died childless. His adopted children had no legal right to over the throne. Same according to this. So king of Satara, when he was died, his adopted child had no legal rights over the throne. That's what Satara was the reason came under the control of British. Satara after Sambalpur. Sambalpur, Jaipur, Udaipur, fifth one, Udaipur after Nagpur, sixth one, Jhansi. Yes, like a number of Indian territories came under the control of Britishers as per that doctrine of lapse policies. This policy was introduced by Lord Dalhousie. Now you understood what were that the new policies implemented by the British only to gain control over the princely states. To expand their rule in India, British introduced a number of new policies. In that one was doctrine of lapse. So you have learned information about all this information, how these Sambalpur, Jaipur, Udaipur, Nagpur and Jhansi came under the control of British. Oudh, Nawab of Oudh also that is. So and also Jhansi, a queen of Jhansi, Lakshmi Bai had no own son. That's what she adopted the son. British were not allowed to adopt the son. That's what Jhansi Rani Lakshmi Bai revolted against the British because of their British doctrine of lapse policies. Why Jhansi Rani Lakshmi Bai revolted against the British? Because British refused to recognize her adopted son. That's what the famous woman, the heroic woman Jhansi Rani Lakshmi Bai bravely fought against the British as per that doctrine of lapse. Like that, number of Indian kings came under the control of Britishers. When these are the kingdoms came under the control of Britishers, remember that. So some of that royal family members, the Indian king, Indian peoples, ordinary people who were loyal to that Indian kings, they were opposed to the British policies. Ordinary people, the people who were loyal to that Indian kings, and all these kings, they were discontented, they were not happy by these doctrine of lapse policies. So all the Indian kings revolted against the British, which gave importance to the first war of Indian independence, as well as it was also called as a 1857 revolt, and British called it was a Sipahi Mutiny. All this information you have learnt in that the first chapter. First chapter what I have done, that first war of Indian independence, I have explained about all these things. Once again I explained about doctrine of lapse policies, subsidiary alliance, and next class we will discuss about that three revenue policies, that was Jamindari system, Raithwari system and Malwari system. So all this information we will discuss in the next class, and it was clearly understood that students, really we came to know that what were the cunning policies were followed by the British to gain control over the Indians, to capture Indian territories. It was really very bad things among the Indians. So it was clearly understood that why these are the policies were introduced by the British, because it shows clearly Indians had no unities. Lack of unity among the Indians was the main reason, so which gave importance to wars, the series of battlefield and first war of Indian independence, Battle of Buxar, Battle of Plassey, Carnatic wars, Anglo-Mysore war. All these Indian kings revolted against the British because of their policies. Remaining we'll discuss in next period. Thank you so much.